everything starts in August, when our growers have to prepare their lands, have to make sure that they fumigate their soil and cover the beds with the appropriate mulch film, like the one that you see behind me.
You laying plastic, we probably do it with about 15 people. Laying all the plastic takes about a week to a week and a half.
Once that process is done, they also install drip irrigation lines that allow water in the crop in an effective and economical manner. Basically, after that, what they do is just to get transplants that usually come from Canada or California and transplant those plants in the fields in October or late September.
We try to plant the first 2 weeks of October. Normally start harvesting on the end of November. Try to get done in the first 2 weeks of April. It's been awkward here on the weather, and we get rain. You have overcast days, then you get straight into a freeze, and you got long freezes. Longest freezes I've ever been involved in.
Very unusual season, when instead of having the usual average 4 days of temperatures below 32, we had 14 days of temperatures below 32, which makes it the coldest winter in the last 50 years that we have in this we have had in this part of Florida.
This year was unusual because we had a very good December, the weather was nice, and it turned very nasty in January very quickly, and we had a very extended freeze period, which set us back remarkably. Now, the plants themselves are very hardy. They hold up well and they'll survive the freeze, and we have good scientific practices of watering to save the plants and save the fruit that's out in the field.
We have to protect the crop against the freezing weather. The method that is used, and you can see that also behind me, is that we have sprinkler irrigation that we turn on when the temperature usually is approaching the freezing degree, and leave that irrigation on for around 10 to 12 hours depending on how the temperature evolves the next day. The basic principle behind this is that we take advantage of the heat that is released when the water freezes. That heat allows the plants that receive the water to have extra 2 or 3 degrees of temperature around their foliage, which allows the plants not to freeze all the way to death.
Start watering before the sun goes down. Almost when the sun starts to go down, you turn the water on. I've never done that before. Normally you get around 9, it's early night for you, 9 o'clock, but we just turn on 5:30 and then watering all the way into 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning out here the whole time. And try to go home and get a 4-hour nap and then start all over again. We got stunted out for that month, you know. We had all those overcast days, and after that overcast days, everything started coming together, and we had a lot of fruit. It pushed even harder because all that frost we had, all that freezes we had, started pushing harder. And now we've got more fruit than we're gonna know what to deal with in the next month to 2 months, or a month and a half. But we're kicking in right now, and we're picking numbers that we never picked before.
The fruit is stronger, harder, firmer, bigger, and sweeter than it's ever been before into late March and probably well through Easter this year.
It's going to end up being a really good season towards the end. But to catch the market right, you know, keep your farm going.
As it warms up right now, the crops becomes very bountiful in a hurry, and the market price declines because we're in a supply-demand market-based situation. So the more you harvest, the less money you receive, and you reach a point of diminishing returns where if the market falls too far, you can't even cover your harvest cost and you leave crop in the field.
Yeah, farming is it's a lifestyle. You know, it's really a gamble. You know, everybody thinks farmers got all this money and stuff, and really they don't. It's all, you put all your money into your farm, and hopefully it turns out at the end of the year you make a little money on it. So, you know, farmers really don't got a lot of money. Sometimes farmers make their money, sometimes we lose money. You know, and then you got to hope for next year to make up for it. So you put all your hard work into it. Hopefully it comes out. You got something to show for it at the end of the season.